Hey, Elise and Abby, can you hear me? The video says unsupported signal, but maybe you can get audio. Okay, we've tried turning everything off and on. Everything else is working, but I'm just getting a, series of colored lines saying unsupported signal. So is it cool if you just have audio? Great. Sorry about that. I even had a tech person up here trying to help. Okay. Okay, we have a slight problem. We have no video, but they can get audio. So they said that was cool with them. So like get your cues. Oh, is this true?
It looks like it has power.
Yeah, just slide over.
It's showing it's got power. Is there an on-off?
I don't know, but it's showing it to me back here. But it's saying unsupported. See, I don't get any picture up there.
That just went in a little bit. Was that it?
We turned everything off. We completely turned the computer off.
It's just being moody.
We restarted everything.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
The Wi-Fi is connected.
I don't know what any of this shit is. There's a lot. Oh, if that didn't do it, I'm not sure. Oh. So that did something. It must be a wire because it just flicked. Maybe one of those wires are bad. There we go.
Getting better.
That's why insurance denies you the MRI, right? They hope you get better before you actually have to go. Right? That's pretty good. Anything you want to do today? Any postures, body parts you want to work on? IT band? Okay. 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 TFL is the muscle that the IT band is then going to turn into, right? So Think of where my pocket is right here. Here's like bone by my hip. Here's the lateral head of my femur. That's like the bump on the outside of your thigh. Right where my pocket is, that's soft. That's the muscle. So think of this as like red. Think of this as like pink. And then think of this as white coming right down where like the side of my pants. That's your IT band. So we'll work that a little bit. Hip flexor. So one of the reasons it gets tight, abductors, it's going to work in this area. So we'll open this up a little bit. So one of the reasons, I've practiced with a lot of you, not all of you, but on Thursdays I'm on the mat. So I practice with a lot of you. It's the reason why I tend to keep my foot like this. I don't do this with my foot because this is a little more challenging to keep my knee from hyperextending, right? Because the way that the TFL and IT band are going to kind of release, it's going to help me hold that in a better place. So when I'm here, you're going to see me, I'm always going to ride my foot like this, more like Tadasana in my ankle than having it down. Everybody kind of see where I'm at? This side. So I'm always this way with my foot, right? And like my Warrior 2 or my Parsva as compared to this. This is going to make this have to stabilize in a different way. And see how my knee wants to hyperextend? As soon as I do this, look how my knee then wants to micro bend for me. So that's like a way that you can, I always tell y'all, if you can control it, manipulate it. If you can't control it, don't manipulate it, right? But this is more neutral. This is like this, Tadasana, right? My feet, like they would be just neutral. So the more I can hold neutral, the more I'm going to be able to then play with the pose in a different way, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to like create an action, right? And then find a foundation and hold on to that. And then we want to try to build from it, right? You don't want to give up the shit that you just worked hard for because you worked hard for it, right? Most of y'all know, I say every time, this shit is not going to be easy. If you came for easy, right, that's not my class. My class is going to be challenging physically, right? We're going to try to strengthen ourselves up. That's the idea with it. This is your asana, right? The yoga limbs. This is the one where we're going to exercise. We're going to move our bodies, right? So the whole idea is that you want to challenge yourself. You want to push that edge. We're going to do things like plank holds, and I've been working downward dog holds with y'all. We're going to try that again today, right? See if we can't move the edge a little bit. Keep it in context. When we do some of these challenging poses, you might be on one leg. Your arms might be overhead. You might be looking up. You might close your eyes, right? Keep that in relation. It's supposed to be really challenging, right? Some things are going to be easy. That's going to be the balance to yoga. Some things are going to be accessible for you, and some things are going to be a little more challenging. If we just do the shit that is easy for us, what's going to happen? Plateau. And we're trying to do this, right? All the way up. Keep going. We ready? Here we go. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up tall. You know, here, sometimes you hear centering or turning inward. And I appreciate the glittery side, right? But that's not really me. I'm the root, is what I try to teach y'all. The root, the mud, the muck, right? The foundation. So anything that brought you to the mat today, valuable. We want to honor it. Maybe you came here to rehab an injury or to work on your poses or to spend time with one of your friends, your kula, right? It's all valuable. So we honor it. It's what's going to move us through our practice. You're all going to influence each other, right, in a positive way. When you see that person next to you working hard, right, you say to yourself, you know what, I can work hard too. And that's what we want to do for each other. That's the support, right? That's the love that we share. When you see that person next to you and the muscles are shaking, but they're focused and they're working hard, it's going to influence you. And you're going to pass that on. Yoga's mindful, right, in every way. So you recognize what's happening right in this moment. And how do we come to this moment? We turn to our breath. So listen to yourself breathe. I always talk about the hourglass. It's the middle of the hourglass. The bottom of the hourglass, we can't get to that. That's gone. That's the depression. The top of the hourglass, we don't even know what's up there. That's the anxiety. We don't worry about that shit. We come right to the middle, right to this moment. So listen to yourself breathe. Maybe stay here. Maybe move a little forward by slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing more on the end of the exhale. Stay here if you want. Maybe go a little further. Count out the breath. If the inhale's 3 seconds, make the exhale the same 3 seconds. So we find balance. Maybe find Ujjayi breath. Let the air rebound off the back of the throat. That's how you really hold on to the breath. If you're not sure what Ujjayi breath is, I'll try to do it a little loud so you can hear. So it would be like, we're forcing the air off the back of the throat. Feel the breath turn the movement. On the next inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root. Push together the fingertips. Push together the knuckle pads. Notice how the heels of the hands get light. That's what we want. And one time together to initiate our practice, together the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out puppy dog. Puppy dog, hips stacked up on top of the knees version, as compared to sit bones to heels. All right, so we're nice and stacked here. Arms are overhead. Arms are shoulders width apart or a little bit wider. We don't want to be any narrower. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. Now the misalignment is those pointer fingers want to turn in. So look forward, make sure those pointer fingers are straight ahead or turned out a little. Then spread your fingers and set those roots. To activate, we're going to claw into the floor, like push underneath fingertips and knuckle pads. Now keep your forearms lifting up. Keep your inner biceps lifting up. The action you're going to feel when you lift your inner biceps is that your shoulders move out away from your neck. If your inner biceps drop, your shoulders are going to pinch your neck. We don't want that. Slide your forehead off the mat if it's not already there and start to activate the muscles in the back of the neck. Pull your belly towards your spine. Bring your shutters closed. Yep. Now, as you keep the arms lifting up, as you keep the throat sliding back, soften the chest down towards the mat and feel that nice opener come up the arms, the side bodies. Feel some engagement in the upper back. And as you look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath, palm up. So we'll take that twist. What was it? Twists, IT band, and what was the other one? Low back. Yeah, low back. Now, keep the hips fiery here. So push down into your left knee and pull the energy into your left hip and hold it there. Twists are above the waist. That's all below the waist. Now breathe forward out of your waist so your spine gets tall. Now try to twist into the pose a little bit deeper. And then inhale, come back to center. Pause. When you're ready, swap the hands. This time you're going to push down into your right knee, and you're going to pull that energy up the leg into the hip, and then you're going to hold it. The sit bones are reaching back behind you. Then you're breathing forward to the front of the room, and then you start to open the left side of your chest towards the sky. Maybe even take your elbow, like bring your elbow up towards the ceiling and make more space. Now you can twist under even a little bit further. Next inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands are 1 inch or 2 in front of your shoulders, and the knees are 1 inch or 2 behind your hips. Curl your toes. Start to charge up legs and hips by sweeping the inner heels out. They're going to try to do this. So you're going to sweep them out. Then you're going to hug the shins in. You're going to pull your heels to your butt. When you pull your heels to your butt, so you get your hamstrings to engage. Like if I came to Trina, I try to push her heels down, she lifts them to the sky, it fires this right here, those hamstrings. Keep that. Pull your belly button in, pull your shutters closed. Here's your shutters. All right, if you're not sure, bottom of your ribs, close the shutters. Upper body, hug the hands in. Squeeze your biceps, these muscles. Support that elbow joint. Slide the throat back towards the ceiling. Low mountain, breathe. Now, right now, if I try to move Trina, she's going nowhere. This is low mountain. There's a lot of engagement here. We're not hanging out, right, waiting for the next pose. This is a pose. You should start to feel the muscles starting to quiver that little bit. Time under tension. We want that. Then from here, work your cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round your back. Look to your belly, lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch, and your exhale, round. Now, move slow. To get into the lumbar spine, we're going to lengthen sit bones towards the backs of our knees. And you're going to feel that nice opener in the low back. Thoracic spine, middle upper back, or even cervical, your neck, you're going to look to your belly a little bit deeper. Just like the engagement is going to be when we lift our sit bones towards the sky. Right? So be conscious there not to overdo. Keep the belly button in. Don't lose the belly. One more. And then come to a neutral position, so find that flat back. Low mountain. Take a breath here. Step back to plank. Shoulders are on top of your wrist crease, and you're reaching out of your heels. So you're in dorsiflexion. If you're not sure what dorsiflexion is, if you look up front, Trina's toes are closer to her shins. She's reaching her heels to the wall behind her. You want that. Now, lift your hips, push back to downward dog. That's going to be your distance now for downward dog. We don't want to move any shorter here, just like we don't want to be too long, right? We want this all to match up. So when we start to do our vinyasas, everything's going to flow. Now, first downward dog, you could bend the knees, you could swivel the hips, you could pedal the heels, whatever feels good to you. Sometimes you hear me say, like, soften up the first dog here, right? And just check in. Where are you at? What are you feeling here? And then come to neutral. Everybody, keep your hands down. Roll to the outside of the right foot and the inside of the left. Yep, there's that left side body. That goes, yeah, keep your hands down. Yep. Now keep pushing back towards the downward dog, though. Yeah, and there's that left side body. There's down the outside of that left leg. Inhale, come back to center. Pause. Then swivel to the outside of the left, inside of the right, but keep taking your chest back towards your toenails. There's opening up the right side. Next inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. We don't want to be here. We want to be this way. So squeeze your shoulder blades back. Yep. After your 3 breaths, lower your chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now, if it felt good to keep your knees bent in downward dog, keep them bent. If it feels better to straighten your legs, you want to keep the engagement in the hamstring. So pulling your heels to your butt and your butt to your heels. Then start to straighten the legs. Reach from the hips, down the back of the legs, and out of the bottom of your heels, so closer to your midfoot. That'll help with that hyperextension in the knee. Keep pushing your hands down and forward. Keep taking your chest back towards those toenails and feel that opener. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Keep the legs fiery. Keep dragging your arms back to you to keep your spine lengthening. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. So hug that knee to the chest. Now when you step, just make sure your hips width apart. Sometimes we step too narrow. We don't want to be on the balance beam. Some poses we do, but not this one. Front knee stacks up on top of the ankle, and we want it to track or line up with our second toe, the one next to your big toe. So if your knee's collapsing in, you would widen it out. If it's blowing out the side, you're going to hug it in a little bit. Back heel, keep pointing straight up to the sky. So for almost all of us, we're going to sweep our inner heel out to get that to happen because it's going to want to fall in. right? So we're going to sweep out that little bit. Now keep pushing down and pull your front heel back to you. Pull your back toes forward to you. Hug your shins in. Yep, pull your pelvic floor up like from your junk. Pull your belly in. Pull your shoulders closed. Heart's lifting, throat's back. Look, your gaze is out front of the mat. Reach through the crown of the head. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. So keep that back heel sweeping out. That's the difference in crescent and classic Virabhadrasana 1, right? I tend to teach this specifically to keep the low back safe. Because if you drop that heel, you're going to start tweaking these little SI joints right here. We don't want that. If that's your pose, go for it. But opening up low backs, this is going to be a little more neutral. Now pull your belly buttons in. That's going to fill the low back. Pull your shutters closed. That's going to lift the spine. Now maybe curl back into the pose. Yes, one more breath. Exhale the hands down. Keep the left hand down. Draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up towards the sky. Keep reaching your heel back towards the wall behind you on the left leg. Keep reaching your knee forward on the right. Keep reaching the crown of your head forward. Maybe open the right side of the chest. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands, step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Keep your forearms straight up and down in chaturanga. If your forearms fall back, you're probably a little too long. We talked about that yesterday in class, about shoulders, right? Keeping shoulders safe. If the forearms fall back, it's going to tweak the bicep's going to tweak the scapula, and it's going to drive the shoulder forward. So make sure you have that visual. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. High on the fingertips of the blocks, wherever you need to be here, right? Challenge yourself, your practice. We want the spine, though, to be neutral. What don't we want? We don't want this, right? That's foam back. We don't want to reinforce this. We're trying to get back to this Tadasana. Just like I talked about the feet, right? This is what I teach. I teach to try to get you all back to this. Mountain pose, right? Tadasana, neutral. This is hard enough, right? It's been millions of years, but this is still really hard to do, right? This shit happens. We got to get all this to build up. Now here we go. Keep pushing down. Keep hugging in. Yep. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana, one crescent. When you come up, right, there's an intention, like you're holding 20-pound weights as the arms go up overhead. That way you don't lose the shutters that want to blow open. You can hold them tight. Now keep working back out of that back heel. Keep working forward out of that front knee. As you start to curl back, go up on the inhale. Right? And then exhale, curl back just a little bit. Then whatever angle you're on, root down into your legs. Breathe up into your spine and curl back into pose. One more breath. Exhale the hands down to the floor. The right hand stays down. Left elbow draws back. Maybe we reach up to the sky. Don't let the right hip drop on you. Remember, we said twists are above the waist. So keep that right hip lifting up. It'll be easier if you soften your left thigh down to the mat like you're going to get it parallel with the floor. Yeah, now it's easier to hold that right thigh up. Now breathe forward, open the left side of the chest. Inhale, come back to center, place the hand down, step back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? If it's 2 seconds to inhale, it's going to take 2 seconds to come the plank. Exhale, it's going to take 2 seconds to go into chaturanga. Inhale, 2 seconds in cobra or baby cobra. Right, that's how we stay with our breath. From downward dog, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands. Inhale, come up, big breath. Charge the legs, pull the belly in, and sit bones down. That's how we protect our low back. Reach up through your thumbs. Now maybe curl open a little bit. See, we don't want this to happen where the hips come forward. Keep the inner thighs and the sacrum back. Yep, and curl back right underneath your shoulder blades. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Take a nice breath. Fill the ribs up. And take the shoulders back. That nice stretch off the chest, off your sternum, your breastplate, through the pecs, through the delts. If you go this way is how you get in your arms. Take your arms away from your back, and you'll get into the bicep and the forearm a little bit more. Exhale, release. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. So you want your butt to go back before your knees bend. Yep, pull your bellies in, pull your shutters closed. Take your right hand, go across your body, bring it to the outside of your thigh. Let the left hand meet, push them together. Use that power to open the chest towards the sky. Maybe extend the arms up if you want to go a little bit further. Inhale, come back to center. You know we're going for the whole thing. Sit back deep. Take this left hand, cross the body so you get the side body to open. Push the right hand. Yeah, use the power to now twist open. Maybe extend the pose if that's your flavor. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back nice and deep. Breathe. Push down, rise up. Nice, y'all. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keep the weight balanced in the feet from your heel into your pinky toe mound into your big toe mound. Pull the energy up the legs. As you look forward, drag your fingers back to you. You're going to engage the muscles running up your spine. You're going to feel like you extend your spine. Then go ahead and fold into the pose. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. And let that right hand go behind your back, left hand to your elbow. We were just talking about this yesterday too. I do this with you all almost every class. It's to open up this big lat right here, these big powerful muscles. They're one of the restrictors to letting the arm truly go overhead. Right? See how this is trying to do this to me? Because this muscle attached to my humerus, my arm bone. So it's not letting this go all the way up. So you want to feel that you push your head back, you keep your shutters closed as you then start to take this a little deeper. Draw your fingers up like towards the sky, like that way, and you'll deepen this stretch all through here. Exhale, release, inhale the arms up, swap side too. This wants to happen. We got to go this way. Yep, this is a better look than this is going to be. So even if you're leaning forward, that's okay. Then you can push your head back in your forearm to stand up a little tall using that feedback, that force feedback. And then exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk the hands out in front of you. About a foot or so. Use your block to give you a little more space if you need to come up a little bit. And then reach the right leg straight back. Come to standing split. Now make sure your left heel is still real heavy and you can move your toes on your left foot. If you can't, you got to reach back more. Keep lifting that leg up from the inner upper edge of the thigh so the toes are pointing straight down. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to keep the right hand down, draw the left elbow back, take the twist. Yeah, maybe start to look up. Yes, one more breath. Inhale, come back to center, take a breath. Next exhale, lower that right leg, take another breath. When you're ready, reach the left leg straight back. Don't let the hip peel open. So the visual is look at your toes. If you're turned open to the pinky toe side of the foot, the hip's starting to peel apart. So hug your pubic bone to the inside of your right thigh. That'll lower the left hip. Now, stay here if you want to. If you want to keep the left hand down, draw the right elbow back. Make sure your right heel is real heavy before you do that, because that's where you're going to get the balance from. That shoots up into the glute and the hamstrings. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back to center. Take the breath. Then lower that left leg. Take another breath. Walk the hands back in. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Big reach. Maybe curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Stay with your breath. I'm always going to be ahead of you a little bit. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So flow through a little bit now. Remember those forearms. Keep those bellies in and keep those sit bones down as you go into your planks. as you go into your chaturangas. That's what's going to keep the low back safe. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees, sit back on your heels. So see, in chaturanga, as I come forward, right, see my shoulders are going to be in front of my wrist crease, but that's only for a quick second because I'd be bending my elbows, right? So here's my plank, reaching out of my heels. Then I'm going to go feet straight up and down, not here to plantar flexion, only to Tadasana. Now, as my elbows bend and I start to lower, see what I got to do? I got to go belly in, sit bones towards my heels. That's too much. That's not enough, right? I got to be here. Now, my low back's safe as I hold chaturanga. See my forearms straight up and down so my shoulders can be back. My belly's in, my sit bones are towards my heels. I couldn't hang out here talking to you if I wasn't integrated, right? Everything was going to fall apart. Where's the weak point of the bridge? The middle. What's the middle? Right here. So you got to keep this nice and safe. Come on, let's try it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. Take a breath. Step back to plank. Now, here's like a gross cue, right? A real general cue. It would be like if I came up to Trina and I kind of did this with her pelvis, right? We're tucking under, and that's too much for her. She's got this. She was already there. But that's the action, right? When you do that, you should feel like you get really strong in your low back. That's what we want. Now hold that space. Nice, y'all. Now lift the hips, push back to downward dog. Yeah. That's one of those little touch-ups that are really going to change the practice, right? You all know, you do a lot of chaturangas with me, right? We do a ton. We want to do them right? If we're doing them wrong and we're leaving with this like sore low back, that's not the goal of yoga, right? It's always to leave feeling better than when you came. So we want to work as optimal and as efficient as we can. Work through one vinyasa. Try it again. Yes. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. That's hard. No doubt about it. Like I said earlier, none of this shit's easy, right? It's all hard. But it's fun. So it all comes together. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge, spin that back heel, come up, warrior two. Front knees on top of the ankle. So if it's in front of your ankle, you're too short. Back toes are slightly turned forward from parallel with the back of the mat. So think of 9 o'clock over here, 12 o'clock's here. You're in front of 9 just a little bit. Breathe and get nice and tall here. Yep. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and bow to the inside of that right thigh. Come the humble warrior. Look to the front left corner of your mat, and you'll feel the spine stay nice and tall here. We want that. Now, as you go deeper into the fold, let it happen at the hip crease, not by rounding the upper back. One more breath. Exhale the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up. Downward dog. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up, warrior two, side two. Remember that back leg. Make sure we're not hyperextending the knee. So keep a little micro bend in it. Pull the kneecap up to your waist. Don't push the kneecap towards the wall behind you with the window and the door. Hyperextension in your knee is going beyond the optimal range of the joint. Sounds like something that's probably not great, right? The optimal range of the joint. We want to hold good neutral space. Reach through your back hand a little bit. Yep. There's not a lot of chill in Warrior Two. Just bring your gaze over your middle finger and settle into that pose. One more breath. Now, when the hands go behind the back, if left pinky was under, right pinky gets its turn, and then bow to the inside of that left thigh. Look to the front right corner of your mat. Check into those knees again. The back one. The front one's in flexion, right? So that one's not going to hyperextend. It's the back one. Make sure there's the micro bend and pull the kneecap to your waist. Notice how it wants to push to the wall behind you. That's the path of least resistance. That's what hyperextension is. One more breath. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Stack the left foot on top or in front. Turn the bicep forward. Root into the upper back so you're integrating. Push out of the big toe mounds, sending the energy up the legs, up into the hips. Keep the belly in, keep the shutters closed. Maybe spread the toes on that left leg. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale it up. We'll do 3. Exhale, lower it down. One more. Stay with your breath. Next inhale, come back to center. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Integrate first, right? Get the friends in the game. Keep spinning that bicep forward and feel the shoulder rooting back. Keep lifting your right ear up to the sky so your left ear doesn't fall to the floor. Then if you want to play, spread the toes on the right foot. Inhale, reach that leg up. Exhale, lower it down. 2 more. Lead with your outer heel so you're doing abduction, not external rotation. After your 3, lower down. Next inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Keep pushing those hands down and forward. Keep your head, your throat sliding to the front of the room so that your chin doesn't fall to the floor. You okay? Okay. As you push the hands down and forward and you take your chest back towards your toenails, you're going to get the weight into your legs. That's how we're going to be able to hold this downward dog. Think of where the big muscles are, right? The prime movers. They're in your hips and in your legs, not in your arms and your chest. So it's going to be a challenge here. But that's the game. We challenge ourselves all the time. Keep pushing the hands down and forward and get that weight back. Now keep breathing. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Nice, y'all. Exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels, child's pose, whatever feels good. Grab a drink, wipe your face. Nice. It is. I think it might have just kicked off. See, Becky knows me. I'm stingy with the air. I will be. I'm stingy with the air. So you just got to be like, dude, turn that shit on. I don't know why I'm stingy with the air. It's not my air. I mean, you know, I kind of, that's a part of it, you know. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be a little warm. Your shirt's supposed to be a little soggy at the end, right? All right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down wherever you're at. Come up from child's pose. We'll meet all 4s, hands and knees. All right, when you're ready, step back to plank. Belly's in, sit bones down. More, Jen. No, other way. Keep going, sit bones down. Yeah, that's better, but more even there. Yeah. You're a little bit too long. Shorten up a little bit, bring your feet in more. There you go. Yeah. Keep breathing. Keep your hips up. Don't let your hips sag. I wasn't planning on this, but we're going for it now. Keep your hips up. Yeah. Keep your belly buttons in. Keep your shutters closed. Your butt and your upper back shouldn't be the same height. Your butt's going to stick up more, right? They all do. That's what we want. Keep breathing. I don't know where we're at, Trina. You know where we're at?
We're at 12 seconds.
12 seconds? Okay. We're there. Keep breathing. Keep reaching out of your heels. Yeah, keep pushing down. And then from here, push back to downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands. Swing your arms up, take a big reach. Nice, y'all. Exhale, hands in front. Awesome. Right leg forward, left leg back, triangle. So this is one of those balance beam poses. So we want to be on the balance beam. That means your front heel's in line with your back arch. Like if you drew a line right down, right, they would line up. Take your left thigh, take your left hip, take your left ribs back. It wants to do like one of these. So we want to go thigh back, hip back, ribs back. This is way too short for me. I'd be much longer. Take the arms out to the side. Peel up out of your waist like you're getting tall. Yep, then hinge at the right side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block or the floor. Watch those knees. They're going to try to hyperextend. Micro bend them. Engage them. The definition of muscle energy, an engagement to support a joint. So you want to engage your muscles to hold the joints in place. Pull your bellies in. Take your shutters closed. Now start to rotate open. Take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward. Play with the balance maybe by looking up. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Bend into the lead knee. Warrior two. Bring the elbow to the thigh. Sweep the bicep up along the cheek. Extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Keep that left thigh working back. Keep that left hip working back. Keep the left ribs working back. Yes. If the hand's going to go down to the block or the floor, feel free. Take it down. Inside or outside the foot, doesn't matter. Inside's a little more therapeutic and accessible. Behind's a little more challenging, wherever you need to be. And now breathe. One more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall into warrior two. Then push from that back foot to that front heel as you step forward. Yep, hands meet. Chest, thumbs flicking out the heart. Take a couple breaths here. Nice, y'all. When you're ready, swap side two. So left leg forward, right leg back. Triangle side two, Trikonasana. Just like before, front toes are facing 12 o'clock. Back toes are facing like just in front of 3 o'clock. Right? 12, 3, 6, 9, right? We're just a little bit in front of it. When you're ready, get nice and tall. We got to clear this front hip before we bend into it, right? Because then we're going to clog this. So when you feel like you're lifted up, then hinge at the left side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block or the floor. Keep your right ear lifting up to the sky instead of your left ear falling to the floor. Engage the core, the belly and the shutters. Now you can rotate open. You take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs start to come forward. Spread your fingers. Maybe look up. One more breath. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Bend into that lead knee, warrior two. Bring the elbow to the thigh. Sweep the bicep up. If you need to pause to integrate, pause, plug it in, and then sweep that bicep up. Now keep lengthening that left sit bone towards that left heel or sweeping your heel towards the brick wall, and you're going to feel the knee peel out towards the wall with the window and the door. The insides of the thighs are starting to stretch. If you're going to extend the pose down, go for it. If you're going to rotate open, wherever feels good to you. One more breath. Then push into your front heel. Inhale, come up into warrior two. Push from the back foot to the front as you step forward. Let the thumbs come, middle of the chest to flick the heart out as the hands come together. Take a couple breaths here. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back. Inhale, come up, exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back. Downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Reach the right leg straight back. Come forward, right knee to left elbow, kick the leg out to the side. Bring the outside of the foot to the floor. Now, push back. Keep your leg to the outside of your mat and push your hips back like towards downward dog. Now, drag your leg back to the right. There's that TFL and IT band. Feeling that? But keep pushing back. The downward dog is the trick. We'll go into the arm balance if you want after this, which is kind of right now. Inhale, come forward, shoulders to wrist crease. That's like the plank. Now spin to the inside of that left foot, draw the left elbow back. Maybe reach up, maybe look up. Yes, one more breath. Inhale, come back to center, place the hand down, unwind that right leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then lower it down, take another breath. Reach the left leg straight back, come forward, left knee to right elbow, kick the leg out to the side. Now push back towards downward dog and drag the leg back to the left. If you're not like a tight TFL IT band person, you're going to feel this from like your knee to your ankle bone, the outside of the calf there. One more breath. Next inhale, come forward, shoulders to wrist crease, spin to the inside of the right foot, draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up. Nice, Lise. Yeah. And then inhale, come back to center, place the hand, unwind that left leg, lower it down. Exhale, lower your knees, hero's pose. Nice, y'all. Nice. We've been working on that, right, for a couple weeks. So hero's pose. The space between our knees will all be different, but everybody, the outsides of your shins will be parallel with the sides of your mat. If your butt doesn't touch, just put the block or the blanket underneath to boost up a little bit. Reach back to your feet. They're going to try to sickle like this. Spin them out so that they unsickle. And you'll notice that you can even get your butt a little closer to the floor when you do that. Now we're here stretching the bottom of the quads, right? And really this one here is the one, rectus femoris is the one that's going to do the knee, turns into your patellar tendon, right? Goes underneath your kneecap. And it also is going to flex the hip like this, right? So we want to work this one as well. So all you got to do is take your hands behind you and see how we're taking the hip from flexion to extension. So now we're starting to stretch this. Now some of you are going to be able to lay back, okay? Some of us are going to be happy right here. You want to lay back. The trick is to keep the low back safe. You're going to inhale, breathe up out of your waist, right? So you're getting tall. Exhale, you're going to go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling, and you're going to puff up your low back, and then you can lay back a little bit. Then the next breath, you're going to go inhale, and then you're going to exhale, belly to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees, or pubic bone to the ceiling, however you want to think of your pelvis, all right? And you can lay back, but keep hugging your knees in. Don't let them splay. Hug your knees in more and try to hold that neutral space as you go back. Because when you go back wide, you're going to narrow back body, right? That's a deeper thought, right, for sure. And we don't want to narrow, right, because we're leaning back into it. We want to kind of expand it. Some of you are going to settle back. Take another couple breaths here. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. And then just reach one leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Yep. Take a couple breaths here and then lower it down, swap into side two. And then lower it down. And then from here, you're just going to walk your hands back, come to squat pose. Well, come to a squat here, not this squat pose. We want to be here. We're going to work twisted crow. Not malasana. We want to just be here, lifted up. So I worked this with you all a few weeks ago so we could play with it again, okay? We want to inhale, take the arms up, and we want to twist towards the brick wall. And we're going to place our hands down just like they would be in downward dog. Same neutral position. Now, the little trick is take your knees and open them to the left. And then as you bend your left elbow, you're going to get your knees to go up above your elbow. We want that. Come up high to like your tippy toes. Yep. Now as you bend both elbows, wedge the outside of the thigh on the outside of the arm. And there's your twisted crow. Yeah. Nice, y'all. Remember, arm balance, not arm strength pose, right? So where's all the weight going to be for everybody? And how are we going to balance it out? Whatever we have up here. And that's not equal balance, right? This is going to weigh more. So that means you got to go further out to get the bottom to come up. Certainly, arm balances have an element of you needing to own it, right? But do you just go for it mindlessly? No, we talked about that earlier. You take a breath, you set a foundation, you engage, and then you express, right? We don't go to just expression. That's how we're going to get ourselves in a pickle. We want to make sure we set ourselves up for success, right? Come on, let's try side two. So set it up here. And you're going to inhale the arms up, and I'm going to twist towards the wall with the window and the door. I'm going to place my hands down so that right away, my knee is already up against the back of my arm. But I'm going to get a little deeper in this by taking the knees towards the bricks and bending my right elbow. Now my knees are nice and high. Well, they're just above my elbow. Come up to your tippy toes. And as I keep both knees bent and I bend my elbows, I hug everything in. Right? Think everything's in here so we can get more muscle energy. As you see them extending the legs, they're just linking into Ekapada Kunyasana 1. Twisted crow is with the knees bent. Yeah. Nice, y'all. I feel like seated is where we want to be. Take a seat. I feel like I pride myself on being that guy that could take a hint. You know, I get it. All right, bend your right leg. Bring your left leg. This is a little challenging for me, so I might kind of stop here, either into the crease of your elbow or taking one hand under your ankle and the other underneath your calf. Yeah, this is what I can't take my knee into that external rotation, so that's a little challenging for me. So baby cradle, all right, we're in the back of the hip now and in the back of the leg a little bit more. So you can take the leg side to side that little bit. Yep. If you want to stay here, working the outside of the hip and the back of the leg, stay here. If you want to do another arm balance, Astavakrasana is going to lift the left leg up, and we're going to take it high on our arm, up by our shoulder. And then we're going to squeeze our arm between our leg. Yeah, otherwise it's going to slip like this, right? So we're going to squeeze. Then we're going to place our hands down, just like downward dog. Then we're going to take our right ankle and cross it over your left. Here's some core for you. Now you're going to take your feet and go to the outside of your hand. Yep. Now, see where my leg is? It's wedged on the back of my arm, just like it was before. Now I'm going to go forward. But see how I got to bring a lot of weight forward to get this to come up. Now I'm going to squeeze my thighs together. Yeah. And then wherever you're at, unwind. We'll swap side two. That arm balance is a lot more accessible. I'm not going to use the word easy. It's a lot more accessible than it looks. It looks kind of pretzel-y. It looks like there's a lot. There's actually a lot of equal balance in it, so you can get that little like settle. So swap to the baby cradle if you're not there, side two. Okay, and then I'll show you real quick. See, I want to be here. Okay. Here, here. Now, when I go forward, see, I start squeezing my thighs. And when I adduct this, adduction, when I hug in, I'm going to wedge the inside of my thigh on the back of my arm, and that's what's going to get my hips to come up. Then I'm going to straighten my legs out. So now I make like a girder, and I'm locked in. And see, I'm talking to y'all. I'm not really suffering, right? What's the thing we used to do, Trina?
Yeah.
I'm hanging out, right? It's balance. It's not arm strength pose, right? I'm getting the balance. That's how I could settle into that little. So let's try it. Lift the right leg up if you want to. Remember, if you're working baby cradle, awesome. You're working the Astavakrasana, it's the same awesome. It's just where you need your practice to be. When you're ready, place the hands down. Left ankle over right. Feet to the outside of the hand. Bend both elbows. Squeeze the legs together. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you got it? The other thing is the shoulder's going to want to do this. You got to go this way. Boop, shoulder back. Nice, y'all. All right, where are we?
27.
Okay. Spin around, all fours. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, step back to plank, back to downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. So right knee nice and wide. If you have any knee or hip issues or anything and you want to work supine pigeon on your back, you're always welcome to, okay? Make sure your right knee is wide to the edge of your mat. We're going to want to put it under us, move it out to the side. Your left knee will be right in line with your hip. It won't change the intensity of the pose. It'll just make the foundation a little wider here. Now push out of your big toe mound like you're pushing on a gas ball, because remember it's trying to sickle again and we don't want that. So try to work so you can see some space underneath your ankle. Keep pushing your front knee down, pull it back to you. Push your back knee down, pull it forward to you. Hug your shins in, so there's lots of power here, right? If Trina wants to take her hands off the floor at any moment, look, right up, right? Not because she's levitating, because like she's using muscle energy to hug up. I've been dying for someone to levitate for a long time. So if you can do it, I'd love to see that shit. When you're ready, maybe fold into the pose. Yep. Keep this knee pulling forward. Yeah. You feel that hit this hip right here? That was awesome. Left one up. Keep going. Yeah. Push this down and pull it back to you. And this knee. And pull it back in. You okay with the touch? It's like this. That. You feel that? Yeah. Feel this? Bring your shin back parallel. That's too far. Yeah, you feel the power of the pose though? Yeah. See, that way you don't have to sit back on this. You can hold, yeah, you can just pull in. Yeah. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm just showing you what the action is. You see how now you feel the power up in this hip? All right, now if you want to stay here, opening up the back of the hip, go for it. If you want to extend into the twist, inhale, come up. Take your right hand, go all the way across your body like you're bringing your elbow either into the inside, like in front of your right foot, or to the sole, your elbow into the sole of your foot. One's not better than the other. Now bring the left hand to meet, Anjali Mudra. Yeah, now push your hands together. Now start to open the left side of the chest towards the sky as you twist open. Yeah, but keep that left hip coming down. Think counter twist. This is where it gets deep. Keep the left hip coming down. Yes, inhale, come back to center, place the hands, take a breath. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that right leg to back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Inhale, come forward to plank with the leg up. Exhale, back to downward dog. Let's do 3. Come forward with the leg up. Exhale back. 1 more. And then exhale, lower that right leg down, take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, pigeon side 2. When you do your planks, coming forward, keep your belly button in, okay, because this is happening. It's So we're going to do a nice hold in the back of the hip here. This whole rim, right? We're just clearing this whole area in through here. If you want to go for the fold, take a breath, hold your foundation, right? Engage it. And then if you want to fold, go ahead and fold into it. But remember, fold and collapse are two different things. Collapse has no control. We are in full control here. There's a lot more muscle energy to this pose than it seems because we're able to support with the floor, right? So what is the first thing your body does? Oh, you don't need my muscles to hold up. I'm just going to use the floor, right? The path of least resistance. But that's not optimal. You're trying to always go up. Root to rise is something you hear in yoga all the time. That's what you get from pushing down into your knees and hugging them in, by hugging your shins in, right? That's the engagement to help support and lift you up. Nice opener in the back of the hip and down the back of the leg. Good engagement in the upper back. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to inhale, come up. Take your left hand across the body. Bring it either in front of the foot or into the sole. Then push your right hand into your left and energize the upper body. Now you can rotate through. This time, keep the right hip lowering down as you open the right chest to the sky. So think of opposing forces below and above the waist. They have to be doing opposites. So if you're opening your chest to the sky, you're lowering your hip to the floor. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to center, place the hands, lift the hips, take that left leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Then inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come forward. You okay with the touch? This. Yeah. You feel that right there? Do that again. Yes. Yeah. See now? And then lower the leg down. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or jump between your hands. Swing your arms up. Take a nice big reach. Curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Nice, y'all. All right, grab your mats. Find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. If you want to invert in the middle of the room, you're welcome to stay. There'll be plenty of room. We're going to come up front to the doors we're going to use. There'll be plenty of room. I've had like over 50 of y'all up. So if you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back, interlace, bend your knees, interlace your hands behind your thigh, take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side two. If you're in the studio or at home, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. We got spots in the back. I see at least 2, maybe 3 mats can go back there. You could definitely get another mat in here. Over on this wall, we could definitely get 1 or 2 more mats in there. Yeah, back row's got a couple spots. And again, if you feel comfortable in the middle of the room, you're always welcome to stay. Okay, so if you're I'm going to talk you through downward dog and L pose, okay? Those of you that want to play with your handstand or your headstand or your tripods or your pinches or anything you want to mess with, you're welcome to go on your own, okay? Trina's going to be walking around so she can help you with any of those other postures if you need help or specific cues for you. She's going to help you out. Once I get everybody up, I'll start cruising around also, and if you need me, grab me as well, okay? Remember, if it's not your day to invert, feel free to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. All right, so here we go. If you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. From the all fours, we're going to take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step 1 foot up the wall, and then the 2nd foot up the wall. With your knees bent, you'll be in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. Keep your chest going back to the wall. It should feel like your arms go overhead and it gets like a lot of work right back here. We did standing split today. So in your L pose, maybe you want to reach the one leg up. Find that standing split. But notice if you go too far, you're going to force your belly button towards the wall where your feet are. We want the exact opposite. Belly button towards spine. That, when you take your leg too far, so if you don't know what I mean, like this is hyperextension. See how it forces my top of my pelvis forward? Because this is the end range of my joint. This is extension to about right here. Extension, 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 hyperextension. So when I go too far, it's going to force this forward. So notice when you take that leg up, you can hold this and you're just kicking the leg straight up to the sky. Think of Tadasana. Or mountain pose is Tadasana. Nice, y'all. Nice, y'all. Take your time. Try a couple things. If you feel like you're inverted out, you can always lay on your back. When you go to kick up, pick a spot on the floor to stare at between your hands. That'll give you something to focus on. It'll like kind of control the equilibrium a little bit so you don't feel so ass overhead, right? I mean, technically you're ass overhead, right? But we call it an inversion. An inversion is anytime your head's below your heart. So think of how many times that's happened already today. We've been in downward dog a ton, right? That's an inversion. But here you're trying to take it, extending it a little further. Yoga's always going to do that, right? It's always going to say, okay, you got this? Okay, try this. You got this? Great, try this. It's never going to stop. It's just going to keep going and going and going, right? That's why you don't worry about the depression or the anxiety and you come right to that moment right now, right? Just practice. That's success, right? You're practicing. You did it. You made it. About inverted out. All right, let's meet on our backs. Let's meet on our backs. How's that feeling?
What?
Shoulder good?
That's okay.
Yeah. So meet on our backs. Knees are bent. We're going to do bridge and wheel. We're going to back bends. So we're on our backs, knees are bent, feet are on the floor, they're hips width apart, and they're parallel like train tracks. Misalignment is going to be the heels are going to spin in. So if you have to, spin those heels out a little bit. Now start to charge those legs up. Pull your belly button in. You're going to feel that it brings your sacrum flat to the floor. We want that. Your sacrum and your lumbar spine are two different things. So your sacrum is going to be flat, but if you took your fingertips, you could like just wiggle them under your lumbar spine, but it's tight. Keep your head and your shoulders back. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. Come to bridge. If you want to interlace your hands behind your back, go for it. We made that shape today. Wiggle the shoulders under a little bit deeper. Now keep the power in the legs here. Go a hair wider on your feet. I'll give you more power because you're being hips. You're a little narrow. Keep the power, especially in the heels, is how you're going to get glute and hamstring to fire up here. As you take the shoulders under a little bit deeper, gently push the feet forward and feel the back bend happen right underneath your shoulder blades. But don't lose the belly and don't lose the shudders. Then stay engaged as you lower down. If your hands are clasped, release, right? And slowly lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. The second one, I'll talk you first into bridge, and then those either want to play with wheel, I'll talk you into wheel. Okay? If you want to do 2 bridges or you feel like supported bridge, wherever you want to be, go for it. All right, here we go. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Take a breath. When you're ready, charge the legs, core, with head and shoulders back, slowly lift the hips. If you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, swap the pinkies, right? Let the other one get his turn. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat, and you want to turn your hands out, and your pinkies are probably going to touch the floor or like the edge of the mat. Now plug your shoulders back. When you're ready, push down to come up. Nice, y'all. If you need to make it a little more accessible, lift the heels up and you'll lengthen the curve, right? Which will make it a little easier to get into. Not easy, just easier. One more breath. And then stay engaged as you lower down. The feet go wide. If your right hand was on your heart last time, left hand on your heart, opposite hand on your low belly. And then windshield wiper the knees side to side. Next time they fall to the right, let them settle there, a little open twist. If you want to go with another quad stretch, pull your left heel to your left sit bone. Get that lateral quad. Lateral quad likes to weld up with the IT band. So we want to get a little bit of space over here. And then inhale, come back to center. Let the knees settle to the left or your side too. If you want to pull right heel to right sit bone, go for it. If you want to just stay in the nice open twist. If you're going to go ankle on top of your knee, make sure you're persuading the knee forward. So feel how if you push down, it kind of catches you right here, SI joints. Keep your belly button in. You okay with the touch? So it's you're persuading this way, like I'm pulling your knee forward. And that's going to get these fibers to yeah, instead of just hitting that SI joint. Yeah. So we're just talking about like keep your belly in. That's going to keep those SI joints safe. And then as you persuade the knee, it's forward to the center of the room, not down to the floor, which is real easy to do, down to the floor. That's the misalignment though. And then inhale, come back to center. Hug those knees into your chest, make a couple small circles. And you all have beautiful practices, right? The cues that I'm giving you all are about sharpening things up, right? It's not about this like this big, huge action to change the whole thing. It's just about like checking in on a couple places, making the posture a little more optimal. And then come to neutral. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead, take a big stretch. And spread the fingers and spread the toes. Feel all that space that we make. And then when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Take the knees wide. Come to happy baby. Sacrum stays flat. Knees are wider than our shoulders. And then draw your knees towards your ears. And you'll get an opener in the inside of the thighs. You'll get an opener in the back of the hip here again. If you take one leg or both legs straight, you'll get into the hamstrings, the backs of the legs again. And then inhale the knees to center, exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation if you like. Low back could be like release hip flexors, so take the blanket or the block underneath your knees. If you do Supta Baddha Konasana where your knees are wide, take the blocks on the outsides of the knees so that there's support. If you're going to set up a heart bench, right, feel free. Here as we lay back, let the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. Let the arms come along the sides. As the palms turn open to the sky, let the shoulders settle back. Let your head rest back. Maybe let your eyes close. Allow the tongue to soften from the roof of the mouth as the body gets heavy. We let our mind soften as it goes back to the breath. Each exhale is going to clear and remove. It's going to make space. And the inhale is going to draw in something new. And the heart's going to open. As it gets ready to move the practice into the yoga of life, the practice of life. We do the same thing in life as we do on the mat. We challenge ourselves to grow, to bring out our best self. Not just to improve ourselves, each other. Just like we did in our own bodies, stronger together. Right? We now move that on to our everyday. We're conscious of the way that we move, the actions we create, the energies we express, the energies we're willing to receive. And just like on the mat, when things don't go our way in life, we take another breath and we reset our foundation and we re-engage and we re-express. With each breath, another opportunity, another chance. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body, from your toes to your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart. We reawaken that better version of ourselves. Ready for whatever challenge is next. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe let the arms and the legs stretch or reach. Move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly, consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest. Just roll to the right side. Feel your hands push down as you come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Super fun as always. Great job today. You know, if you have any questions or anything, grab us before you leave. Something feels weird, definitely get me before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon.